This is Pricing.me video podcast. LK here with a special edition of LK's Wrestling Reviews. This is not a WWE review. This is not a TNA review. This is not a Ring of Honor review. This isn't even a New Japan Pro Wrestling review. This is the very first Tier 1 wrestling review right here on this channel. This is my very first ever experience of experiencing a Tier 1 wrestling show. I ordered the show live on air on my Evolve 56 and Evolve 57 preview / prediction show that I did for my VIP members over at LK VIP. Please go out of your way and sign up for LK VIP. First 14 days are completely free if you don't enjoy it. Honestly, the past 2 days I've put out 4 shows. That says it all. I do Daily Dirt every single day of the week. I just finished a TNA Impact Wrestling review. Yesterday I did predictions where it's so wacky, it's so relaxed, but it's also still so intense where I even ordered this damn show on there. And I digress. LK VIP, 14 days free trial. Enjoy it. Back to this. Tier 1 wrestling, my very first experience of a Tier 1 wrestling show. It's a big New York indie. It's signed with WWN, which is the World Wrestling Network, which also holds Evolve and Shine, among others. And I thought, you know what? It's $4.99. Convert that. It was around about £3.50, £3.40, around that region. So I'm thinking, you know what? That's like the cost of lunch. That's cheaper than a Big Mac meal. So I'm thinking, heck, why don't I buy the damn thing and let's see if I enjoy myself. It's 2-3 hours long, okay? So first of all, I'm thinking 8 p.m., okay? I finished work at 7:30. The show started at 8 p.m. So I fucking panicked. I rushed back because normally when I order IPPVs, they start around 1 a.m. That because I live in England, that's how it always is. But thankfully, I got a beep from them saying 20-hour warning, and I'm there thinking, oh shit, 20 hours, that's blah 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 blah. Matched A to B and figured out, oh fuck, that's 8 p.m. Check my work schedule, finished at 7:30. I'm like, oh fuck, I've got to get going. And thankfully, one of my friends gave me a lift back. Thank the fuck. And I was there like, Jesus H Christ, a popsicle stick. Thanks for the warning there, buddy. Oh, I could have made a lot clearer when the time starts. Maybe I'm a moron and I'm an imbecile for not looking at the time, specifically when it started, but I nearly missed it. So I rushed my ass home for 8 p.m. Get home at 8 p.m. thinking, okay, I made it right in time for Tier 1 wrestling. I turned it on, put up WWNlive.com. The live stream was perfect as always. I have no issue with that at all. And then I'm sat there. And I'm sat there, and it didn't start till 8:24 p.m. when it was meant to start at 8. I could have just walked home, I put headphones in. I have a gimmick on here called Podcast Addict. It's right here. Let's have a look. Here's the shows I listen to. Buduf. So you got the Taz show, the Ross Report, Steve Austin shows, PW Torch VIP, and WrestlingObserver.com. So I'm halfway through the Brian and Vinny show. I love it when they phone the nanny up. Why am I giving them free promotion? Sorry, I just done 4 VIP shows. It's a bit awkward going to the free channel because sometimes highlight, okay, that's the audience now. It's a complete different audience. It's a complete different mindset. I could be more open on the VIP, and I don't know. It's a smaller audience. It's a very niche audience, and this kind of intimate feel instead of this, which is more wide range. I'm going to be here for so damn long. I'm flabbergasting, I'm lollygagging, I'm pussy fucking around here, and I've got about 3 fucking pages of notes. I haven't even touched on anything minus the time. You can leave comments on the live comments. No one will be watching this. It's Tier 1 wrestling. You guys probably don't even know what the company exists, let alone watch the damn thing. We start off with a nice presentation video packaging highlighting the Tier 1 talent, really professional and well done. It looked okay. Parts of it I liked, parts of it I didn't. Brian Black is our host and ring announcer. That's a great promo, hyping the crowd. Fuck, even hyped me up. He generally did a good job. Good job. Then we start off with the Darius Carter Brass Ring Invitational. We have Darius Carter, who's undefeated. He's facing off against Fred Yehai. He was in Evolve 55, 54, 53 over the Evolve weekend at the Rumble period. Make sure you head over and check back the archives here on KocoSports.net. I did reviews of each of those shows, Evolve 53, Evolve 54, and Evolve 55. So if you've purchased and now released DVDs and you're wondering what's my opinion on them, go check out the archives. Remember, they're always there. Carter, he's this big bad heel. I love how he makes the ring announcer lower the rope for him. He could have made the ref do it, but the crowd are really hot because this Brian Black guy was so good. So why not get heat off this good babyface guy? Really good stuff. Yehai, impressed me at the Evolve weekend. I put the guy over. Match starts off some okay technical work. Carter, buddy, your trunks are so high. I mean, they're above his damn belly button. You look like a toilet. Yehai, I mean, he's so unorthodox. I love little nuances like hitting the second rope instead of the third, doing things different to stand out out in a very crowded and talented indie scene. So that's a great job. Yehai keeps doing like foot stomps in different parts of the body, good storytelling. Carter in kayfabe wise doesn't know what part of his body to defend. Yehai hits a discus headbutt, and Carter gets the win with a lung blower for 3. I'm shocked they had Carter win here, but they're keeping him strong. They were obviously just using Freddie Yehai because he was there for the Evolve 57 show, which took place in that exact same building. I think it was a mere hour or 2 after the show actually finished. Yehai obviously doing well in Evolve. Must be big plans for Carter. Decent match. If I was booking it, I'd start off with a more faster paced match. For instance, there's a 6-way match in a minute, which is a really big spot fest. That should have kicked off the show, in my opinion, but that's just the way I would have booked it. Then JT Dunn comes out. JT Dunn puts over Tier 1. Carter then slaps the back of JT's head. Dunn then hits a beautiful discus elbow as the crowd chant death by elbow to end the first match/segment. Good surprise of JT Dunn. I'm a big fan of JT Dunn. I remember watching a match of his against Ricochet from Beyond Wrestling, which I thought was absolutely remarkable. It's about 25 minutes long. Go out of your way to watch it. I think it's Ricochet. I think I remember it very well, and I remember being a great match. JT Dunn's a great worker. He calls himself the savior of pro wrestling. Obviously, his gimmick is death by elbow. Obviously, not mimicking or mocking Chris Hero in any way, shape, or form, but I digress. I just done 2 podcasts, and the part of the joke and the rib we had there on the VIP is I say the word imbecile, imbecilic moron, and I digress far too often. And it was quite a funny joke. I'm going to see if we've got any live comments before I skip myself onto the next match. There's probably like fucking 3 people watching this damn thing. Strange time. And obviously, because of the fact that it's Tier 1 wrestling, it's not going to be very popular. And I understand that. No live comments. No, I'm not expecting any live comments. I'm going to be honest. I just want to check just in case. How embarrassing is that? Do you want to see live comments? Yeah, we ain't got none. It's like a 1.75 stars, 2 star if you're generous. Nothing, to pay for. And speaking of the Spot Fest, we have a 6-way elimination match. Why this didn't kick off the show is beyond me. You have Gran Akuma versus Black Baron versus Joey Ace versus Mike Law versus Nutrius X versus Just Nuff. Yes, Just Nuff. Dude, how would you? Right, you're sat there in your chair, you're spinning around, you're daydreaming. What could, like booking the territories, as they like to say, and you're there coming up with your name. Guys, I've got a great name. Why don't I call myself Just Nuff? Dude, genius. You can market the shit out of that by saying you're Just Nuff. I don't get it. Like, please, if there's some catch to this that makes me look like an idiot, I would happily take that. Because if not, I think this guy is absolute a fucking atrocious name. Mike Glaw, he comes out in this fucking weird gear, like he's wearing Speedos on tights, like on top of the tights. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck? You look like an absolute toilet. A 6-way match is a kind of, according to the commentary, which, by the way, fucking sucked dick. If I hear the word dude come out of that fucking moron's head one more time, I'm going to go there, I'm going to put his head over a fry vat and start pushing the button for 3 minutes. Then I'm going to let him up breathe and put it back in there, you stupid imbecilic sack of shit. Dude. Oh, fuck off. There was one point where it got to the point where he was like, oh, I brain farted, dude. Like, shut the fuck up. You're calling a fucking wrestling show, not chilling with your friends at the fucking pub, you sack of shit. Oh, dude, oh, dude, fucking moron. And literally, at the end, he got like, it was like having Paul Heyman on commentary. It was like at the end, yes, I'm from ShiningWizard.com. Dude, ShiningWizard.com, you're now blocked because that commentary was fucking awful. Whoever contacted you, I have to have words with because that was really embarrassing. Like, you're calling a pro wrestling fight, a professional wrestling match, and you're saying dude every 3 fucking minutes. Apologies for the amount of cursing in these past 2 fucking minutes, but it drove me mad. It's mind-blowing just how awful this guy's commentary was, dude. Oh, so we had, the match starts off with Just Nuff, fucking hell, hitting some nice, stiff, unique strikes, dude. Then Black Baron hit a nice exploder suplex, dude. Then Black Baron hits his forearms are a joke. I mean, try working a punch, you sack of shit. All 6 men involved, this was a good spot. All 6 men, no, I apologize. Black Baron hit a nice exploder suplex, but his forearms, they were a bit weak. So try working on them. But I don't like telling these guys how to work. They've trained. I can't talk. I've just done a few training sessions. That's all I've ever done. But just from, watching pro wrestling for 15 years and seeing a good punch to a bad punch. I mean, I saw this Indian guy on Impact this week. I barely remember the guy's fucking name. His punches made Shane McMahon's punches from Raw look good. Oh, unbelievable. That's good. That's positive. We're positive Pete's here. All 6 men were involved in one submission hold. Like, so one had a crossface, one had a cloverleaf, one had like an arm bar, one had a leg bar. It was a really sick moment, and it was a holy shit chant. It was so awesome. All 6, it was just, they were linked via submissions. It was incredible. Everyone then keeps teasing doing dives to the floor until Joey Ace hits a suicide dive. Mike Law hits a springboard moonsault to the floor. Nutrius X hits a 450 off the top to the floor into everyone. The crowd are really hot chanting TO1. That's great. Law then hits a springboard ace crusher for 3. So Mike Law come out looking like an imbecile. Obviously, first impressions, but his work is great. Like, he had a beautiful springboard moonsault and a springboard ace crusher, really right in the beautiful, really nice crusher. That means Just Nuff is eliminated because the commentators told me it was an elimination match, didn't they, dude? No, they didn't. I thought what's his fucking name? Mike Law won the match, but he didn't. He just eliminated someone because it was apparently told from the start, dude. There was an elimination match, dude. Commentary needs firing, dude. Oh, Jesus Christ. Nutrius X then hits a springboard uppercut to get the win. That was a nice spot. Mike Law's eliminated. Black Baron hits a lung blower for 3. That's Nutrius X eliminated. Akuma hits a high-angled cloverleaf. Ace is eliminated. Now we're down to 2. Gran Akuma versus Black Baron. Commentators call that a dream match. They have an intense stare down. They exchange some vicious strikes. Akuma hits a really nice rolling Death Valley driver for 2 for a near fall. Baron hits a beautiful deadlift powerbomb for 2. Baron then applies a stretch muffler, but Akuma gets to the ropes. Akuma then goes back to the cloverlift, but Baron inside cradle to get the win. Enjoyed that a lot. All 6 men impressed me. The only thing I didn't particularly like was the commentary dude and the Baron's forearms. Maybe he was just tired. I don't know, but it was at the start of the match. Maybe, it was just me being a bit of a picky little sumbitch. I just didn't enjoy his forearms. Maybe he just, he didn't want to hurt the guy. I don't know. I'm not in the guy's head. I'm not him. I apologize. I thoroughly enjoyed this. It was a 3-star match. If you're a fan of spot fests, this was for you. I was in the mood for a spot fest. I just wanted to see people fly around. Every now and then I'm like, what? I just want a spot fest. There's times where I want to see a really technical clinic match like Tommaso Ciampa versus Timothy Thatcher, which we'll get to in a minute. But this was an enjoyable match, really good stuff. I'm a fan of Mike Law heading out of this. Black Baron, apart from his forearms, decent stuff. I'm a fan of Akuma. No one else really left an impression on me. Nutrius X hit a nice 450 to the floor. But apart from that, nothing else really. I'm going to get some live comments to see if we have any. I probably won't, but I digress. We have 3 watching live. We have 1 like, 0 dislikes. That's what I'm talking about, peeps. No live comments, and I'm not shocked. I'm really not shocked, but I'm not angry. I'm not disappointed. I'm just meh. Just like this show, we then have a street fight. Mike Orlando versus Logan Black. 2 guys I've never heard of, so I'm heading into this okay. But, before the match began, Black attacked somebody with a hockey stick. And then the match begins. They both look like stereotypical deathmatch workers. They brawled through the crowd. Legitimately, hand on heart, I had to go to cagematch.net, look at the card, look at the faces, and point them to they are. Okay? Because the commentators didn't tell me who they are. The ring announcers didn't tell me who they are. There was no graphic saying this is Mike Orlando and that's Logan Black. I had to get a cagematch.net to look at the pictures to guess who's who. That's great, isn't it, dude? Oh my God, it was so bad. They just look like stereotypical deathmatch workers, like a Masata. Like that's pretty much any deathmatch worker I know. And I'm going to be honest. I got sidetracked by my phone. I got sidetracked by the door. I got sidetracked by the wall. I got sidetracked by my dick. It was so uninteresting to me. It was. And the commentators go, it's so personal. Explain to me, you fucking dickheads, how this is personal, you stupid moron. Dude, you are promoting this show like everybody's watched this show. Guess what? This was the first tier 1 wrestling show on WWNLive.com, which means the whole fucking world, apart from people in New York, haven't seen your product. So when you're saying it's so personal, no one else knows why, so we don't care, so we're uninterested, so we don't want to pay for it again. You fucking imbecilic sack of shit. You're worse than Eli Drake. And I don't mean to bash the guy. The guy's a good worker, but my God, his character is as stale and boring and dull as your commentary. That was good. Security make this. Some bird gets in the ring. Security makes this woman leave. Orlando goes to check on the woman. Then the security guard nails Orlando. Black hits Orlando with breast nugs. The security guard, who's close to like 300 pounds at least, has the girl by her hair. Black Joey Ace then ties up Orlando in the corner. And it was, I felt uncomfortable watching. I hate man-on-woman violence. I hate man-on-woman matches. Don't give me heel heat. I just don't. Maybe I'm just a good humanitarian, but I'm just not a fan of men versus women matches. I just feel uncomfortable. In Lucha Underground, it's different because the way it's presented. This is just, he literally just picked her up like she was a sack of shit. Like there was no care for her body, and I just felt uncomfortable watching it. I did. I'm going to be honest. It may get heat. I thought that was fucking bollocks. It was shit. If I could go into negative figures, I would. I'm going to give it a dud because I'm not that harsh. Like, it was, I didn't read out a single spot from that match, and I took so many notes. And the commentary, dude, is fucking atrocious. They're calling it personal, and they're not explaining why it is. It's the first ever tier 1 wrestling show on WWN, and come on, it just is so poor. And maybe my standards were a bit high coming out of that really good 6-way match. Everyone involved in the 6-way match, give yourself a round of applause, because compared to this, it was fucking gold. Then we have Aja Pereira versus K-Tread. This is a women's match. Aja, to her credit, hit a beautiful rolling senton and then a standard senton for 2. K-Tread's gimmick is that she's kind of like an emo, and in the prison of her skin is what the commentators called it. She's got a unique look, unique gimmick, potentially a great character. But I hate, this is a pet peeve of mine. I hate how the majority, this isn't a dig at women's wrestling. This is kind of a slight, mild dig to the arm. I hate how women hit the ropes, like so weak they don't spring. Like there's no power when they spring off the ropes. Maybe because their body frame is it's not strong enough to do it. It just boggles my mind how weak they look. Pereira though hits a nice Fisherman Buster for 2. I missed the ending as I went for a piss. I'm gonna be. I called a spade on this show. When you gotta go, you gotta go. And I didn't care missing this match at all. This match was fucking garbage. It was horseshit. It was a waste of fucking time. It was a waste of energy. I had no reason to care. I had no reason in the world to do anything. Oh, good grief. It was so. It wasn't bad. I just didn't care. Like, why care? Oh, there we go. Match of the night coming up. We have Timothy Thatcher, your Evolved champion, going one-on-one with the Psycho Killer, Tommaso Ciampa. And if Ciampa wins, he gets an Evolved championship match sometime down the line. I love Ciampa's theme, Psycho Killer. Boom, 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 boom. Like, the bass line is absolutely outrageous. Go type in Evolved Tommaso Ciampa theme or Psycho Killer, escape, bam, 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 bam. Run, 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 run away. Oh, wow. Jesus H. Christ, and a popsicle stick. This monster's really got to my head. Ciampa in great shape. Love his Psycho gimmick. He plays it really well. Like Psycho said, I talked about them on my Raw Rewind LK VIP plug. We're starting from December the 9th, 1996, and we're chronologically working our way through. Next episode will be in your house. It's time. Head over to LK VIP, sign up, subscribe. It's free for the first 14 days, and it's only 99 pence per month. That's a 10th of the price of PW Torch and a 10th of the price of Wrestling Observer, and you're getting the same amount of podcasts, just not the articles. Where was I? Match starts off with some incredible, slow, old school technical work. Ciampa, best knees in the business, potential. Crowd super hot in favor for Ciampa. Ciampa gets Thatcher's scarf and pounces around with it. Very funny, very amusing. Good to see, Ciampa having some development, not just he's a psychopath, he's still a good guy as well. That's good stuff. Thatcher counters a knee with a knee bar. Smart psychology. Obviously, Ciampa's main offense is using his knees. That's good stuff. Ciampa, good selling. He shakes it off and then yelps, "You son of a bitch," under his breath. Really good stuff. Thatcher, he stops, no selling. He starts hulking up, as they like to call it. They exchange some nasty strikes. And commentators, "This is a big night, dude." It is getting that bad. I'm literally quoting this imbecile. Thatcher then applies the armbar. Ciampa then stomps it free, but still setting the leg. Thatcher then applies a triangle choke. Ciampa then hits a deadlift, Project Ciampa, which was absolutely incredible. Spits a triangle choke and then deadlifts him up and then bam, right in his back for 2. Thatcher then hits a gut wrench and floats over into an armbar, but then Ciampa rolls that up for a crucifix for 2. Ciampa then hits a backside, rolling through into a modified armbar. Thatcher goes back to the leg with the ankle lock. Ciampa then hits a filthy running knee for 2. Crowd split 50-50 at this point. They exchange some absolutely fucking ridiculous strikes until Thatcher hits an insane headbutt to get the win. Really good stuff. And when you can win a match with a headbutt, you've done a great job. I was sat there thinking, you know what, that headbutt was so good. It was sold so well. It was executed so well. I wouldn't mind if it was being the finish. Both men worked really hard. He got a "that was awesome" chant and a "thank you, Ciampa." It was technical. It was great psychology. There were some high spots. There were some snug spots. The story of Ciampa wanting an evolved championship match would do anything for it. Absolutely outrageous. If it wasn't for the commentary, 4 1/4, but because the commentary is that bad, I'm knocking a quarter of the star, 4 stars, because at the end of that, he goes, "I just had a brain fart, dude. Fire, 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 fire. Run, 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 run away." See, if we didn't have copyright bullshit on YouTube, I'd definitely play that for you guys right now, because that's an absolute classic tune. Speaking of something that's not very classic, I'm going to get some live comments again. I'm just keep checking to see if we have live comments, because I want to see what you guys, if any of you guys actually watched the damn thing. I really doubt anyone has. Wrestling World News. He's a great worker and his gimmick is great. I'm guessing you're talking about Tommy Tampa, as Coco likes to call him. That's Tommaso Ciampa. I agree. I hope he does big things for NXT. But what a fucking few years it's been for Ciampa. I mean, obviously signing with Ring of Honor in 2012, and then now what he's doing, in NXT and Evolve, all around. He was in AAW. We talked about that on Daily Dirt. There was just so much for Ciampa going on right now, and he deserves it. He's worked hard. He's in great shape. He's got a great character. He's a great worker. Just great stuff. I'm a big fan. What I wasn't a big fan of now was a Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match, as we have Alex Mason and Sonny Kiss versus Travis Gordon and Space Monkey, my new favorite pro wrestler, versus Ken Lee and Chris Kunk, versus Randy Summers and Brady Watts in the Backyard sponsored match of the night. No, I'm joking. It was okay. And Summer and Watts, they sing something as they come out. They look like stuck-up douchebags who you go to town and try not to punch. Their name is Milk Chocolate, kind of racist. Space Monkey, dude, this guy comes out. He comes out, and do you know what spacemen wear with the orange and the hat? He comes out, and then he takes it off, and then he's got this monkey mask on. He's got some bananas. I fucking marked out for that. That fucking, every now and then it's okay to have a character like that. On a serious show, why not just have one character like that? And it's fucking hysterical. And Travis Goran, he was on the Taz show, the breakout star kind of gimmick that he has. He's a excuse me. Seems like a decent guy. But Space Monkey is my favorite pro wrestler on the planet right now. And apart from Space Monkey, who's my favorite pro wrestler on the planet, I know who 0 of these are. And before the match began, they have a promo war. I couldn't give a fuck about it. They are cutting a promo. When I say they, I mean Randy Summers and Brady Watts and Ken Lee and Chris Kunk. The crowd are chanting bullshit, fucking wrestle. They're like, "We'll get to wrestling in a minute." And then the commentators are like, dude. Oh, fuck off, you fucking bellend. And basically what they were doing is, instead of cutting promos, making you hyped for the match, they were cutting promos rapping in it so that it rhymed. And guys, it fucking sucked. Kiss is a man dressed as a woman until he takes his shirt off, and then he's a man. And I'm there like, okay, where's Space Monkey? Space Monkey hits some springboard chops, but before he does, he makes some monkey noise. It's fucking hysterical. Space Monkey then hits a moonsault to the floor because he's my main man. Kennedy hits a suicide dive. Brady Watts hits a swanton off the top to the floor. Travis Gordon hits one beautiful running springboard 450 to the floor. Look, big fan of this guy. Really, really impressive. Out of this match, him and Space Monkey are my favorite team heading forward, and I want NXT to sign them. That wasn't a joke, by the way. That the legit shoot. That was great stuff. Really fantastic. Watson hits a tornado DDT on Gordon, who sold so well he bounced back up to his feet, and then he took a discus clothesline from Summers. Space, my main man, hits a moonsault double knee stomp. Gordon hits a modified spiral tap to get the win. Everyone in here impressed me a lot. Spot fest, but enjoyed it. The opening promo these guys cut was embarrassing and made me want a refund. But apart from that, they made up for it with the in-ring work. It was fast, it was crisp, it was fluent. There's no botches. Everything was nice. It was snug. 2.5 stars would have been high if they didn't fuck up the promo at the beginning. And oh my good lord, I just realized what I was about to read and I got a bit disappointed, a bit angry. I can't be dealing with it. I can't be dealing with talking about this match as it is, let alone, I can't be dealing with it, for crying out loud. We have the last person standing. We have Jay George, sort your name out, Jay George, versus Jesse Brooks in a man versus woman last person standing match, or last man standing match. Jay Jaw is an imbecile. He comes out wearing fucking Jeff Jarrett 1998, 1999 straps. He looked like an imbecile. And I don't know why. I just always feel so uncomfortable when I'm watching a man versus a woman match. Please, this could be part of the comment section. Do you feel uncomfortable when you're watching a man versus a woman match? Because I do. I, for one, do. I find it strange and I find it weird. I'm still adjusting. Obviously, you know, times change. You got to change with the times. It's not 2002 anymore. But I'm so used to women being piss breaks. I'm now, you know, getting used to, you know, women's wrestling being respected. You know, I've covered Shine on this channel. You know, I'm getting used to that. But now, men versus women, I can't handle that. As a good humanitarian, I'm anti-women versus man beating in any way, shape. The only time a man should ever have to lay a hand on a woman is if it's self-defense. If he's doing it just because he can, he's a fucking moron. And I'm going to be honest with you, if you're doing it one time for heel heat, good for you, but not in a full match like this. And it was... I mean, Jay George, I mean, the guy ran from her at the start. She then gets him, beats on him. And then, you know, she hit a suplex on the floor. You know, I just cringe, like, every time he, like, pulled her hair. And I'm there like, dude, stop. You know, and then Brooks pushes Jay George off the top through an ironing board, which is set up on chairs. And then some really, really, really fat guy comes out, which the commentators don't give a name of. And then the really fat man hits a big boss man slam and walks away. She stays down for the 10 count. Then this really fat guy, this other guy that wasn't named, and another guy that wasn't named, he comes out. They start beating down on Brooks. Ethan Page and some fat guy that wasn't named come out and make the save. And then the fat guy left. The Brooks woman left. And then Page got a promo saying, I want you. And then there's Ethan Page versus this VSK jabron in a match. And I'm thinking, this is an overbooked clusterfuck. The match itself sucked. I'm not a fan of man versus woman. Dud. Actually, I'll give him half a star for trying. Oh. Ethan Page versus VSK. Page will be a great sports entertainer one day, mark my words. VSK, commentators did a good job. They say he's undefeated in tier 1. Yay, give yourself a Barry fucking Horowitz. Dude. VSK hits a backcracker. Instead of the normal where he hits him on the neck, he hits him in the back. He hits him right on the neck. It looked nasty. Catrid then comes out, hooks Page's leg, interference all the fucking time in every single fucking match. Catrid has some object in her hand, nails Ethan Page. VSK hits a brain buster into the knee to get the win. Awful camera work, because you didn't know if it was a thumb to the eye, which the commentators said it was. But then the commentators also said, what has she got on her hand? And I'm thinking, wait a minute, you're either going to go one way, go down the other, and then the camera crew is going that way. They don't give a fuck what way you want to go. They're just going in the middle. And I'm sat there thinking, I paid for this shit. God, Bennett, this was bad. Like, nothing wrong against the talents. Whoever's booking this shit needs to stop. Okay, so we're going to go all the way up and down so far from what we've seen. Okay, so in the opening match, we had a fucking run-in at the end. And then you had a six-man clusterfuck, okay? And then you had Mike Orlando, Logan Black, where there was a security guy pulling some woman by her hair. You had a women's match, which ending I missed because I had a piss. It was so boring. Thatcher Ciampa was great. We're not talking about that. Four-way had one of the worst opening promos I've ever seen in my life. We had a man versus woman match, which was one of the most overbooked things where there was runnings from people we didn't know. Then after that, we had another run-in because it's a run-in. And then in the main event, we have the Tier 1 Championship, which also had a run-in. It's an overbooked clusterfuck. This made the Attitude Era, this made WCW from 2000 look underbooked. We had the Tier 1 Championship. We had Anthony Nese, my main man, who I always put over on every single show. Don't believe me? Check out my Evolve 53, my Evolve 54, my Evolve 55. If you're VIP, you can check out the archives for Evolve 52 review. I will put over Anthony Nese to nauseam because the guy is one talented son of a bitch. So we had Rude Boy. His name is Rude Boy Roddy. He's your tier 1 champion. And the commentator stressed this. If there's a man representing Tier 1, it is him, dude. And I'm like, oh my God, this is okay. So from what I've seen, he's going to come out. He's going to look like a scary fucker. He comes out. He looks like a scary fucker. If I saw him on the street, I'd walk down a different one. Needs to be in WWE sooner or later, mark my words. I've been saying this for years. One of the most underrated professional wrestlers on the planet. If you've never had the privilege and chance to see Anthony Neese work, please go out of your way to see it. If he's near you live, you won't regret it. The match starts off some nice fast-paced action. Roddy hits a springboard double knees with her niece bending over on the ropes. Really nice stuff. The crowd are behind Roddy. Niece with the heel heat. Niece misses a springboard moonsault, so Roddy is now on the comeback. Roddy hits a beautiful back splash in the corner. It looked awesome. So basically imagine Kevin Owens' cannonball, but instead he hit a running back splash like Samoa Joe does. Really good stuff. Roddy then hits a running knee, which turns the Niece nearly inside out and was that close to landing on his head. And I mean that close. He was inches away. They exchanged some strikes until Niece hits a pump handle power bomb. Roddy took it nastily. Basically, instead of a flat back bug, he kind of took it to the side. Really painful stuff. Nice misses a 450. Roddy hits a pop-up knee to the head to get the win. And then Gran Akuma beats on Roddy. He hits the Rubik's Cube, which is electric chair. So imagine you've got a guy in the electric chair position. But he holds his arms by his neck and then boom, drops him on his neck. And 1 inch wrong, literally, if you like, he landed like this on the mat. If he landed like that, just that much, literally that much, he would have been paralyzed. Riley sold really well. I'll give him that. And that was that. That was the end of Tier 1. Road to victory. There was not march to victory. It wasn't really a victory. If that was the march, I'm worried what the victory is. Fuck me, I felt like I had a march. I was that depressed by the end of it. I felt like I was fucking strapped to the office chair and wanting to commit suicide. It was bad. Like, I feel bad paying. Actually, that's a lie. I enjoyed the 6-man clusterfuck. Because I enjoy clusterfucks. There's a difference between a clusterfuck and an overbooked clusterfuck. A clusterfuck is a spot fest, so you can get into it and you can respect how, risky they are. Or there's a difference between a clusterfuck overbooked. The show was so overbooked, I didn't know who was who. Commentary, if this show was out of 10, I would knock 2 points off it just for the commentary. So we're already at 8 before any wrestling has taken place. Whoever ran that commentary table, whoever employed those commentators, should be shot on the spot. Not fired, I mean shot and massacred in front of the public. Unbelievable. It was utterly atrocious. I'm going to give this a weak tie because I enjoyed the 6-way. I enjoyed Ciampa and Thatcher, and I'm a big fan of Anthony Nese. And this Rude Boy Roddy guy scares me, so I don't want to say anything bad about him. His work was decent. Main event was Chris Fluent. Just by then, I was so knackered, devastated, and quite frankly tortured from the commentary. If that commentary team is going to be at Tier 1 every single time, and that's the debut of Tier 1 wrestling on WWN Live, I will not be purchasing a Tier 1 wrestling show ever again. Do apologize about that. And I'm going to be honest with you. I advise you to check out the Ciampa match and nothing else. If you like Spotfest, check out the 6-man. And please check out Space Monkey. And what was the guy's name? I want to get this guy's name out there. Please check out Space Monkey and Travis Gordon. Please go out of your way and check those guys out. Because Travis Gordon is one fucking great wrestler. And Space Monkey is fucking Space Monkey. He's my favorite pro wrestler on the planet. I want to get Space Monkey on my show. If anyone has contact details for Space Monkey, I want him in character on my show on the VIP. Speaking of VIP, head over there right now and sign up and get your 14-day free trials. In the links in the description below. Also, head over to prowrestling.me, head over to KocoSports.net, that's KOCOSports.net. It's where the world goes to cash home for combat sports, and above all, where it's okay to be a passionate fan. I am not a passionate fan of Tier 1 wrestling. I'm going to be honest with you, because of that show, I am probably not going to watch a Tier 1 wrestling show ever again. So good job, but I love you, Space Monkey. That being said, like, comment, subscribe, wrestling.me, KocoSports.net, LKVIP. I think I got everything. Twitter at LK Wrestling. Stay safe, stay well, have a great Sunday. Thanks for watching. Put something in the comments below, and I'll catch your asses down the line. Oh, slaughtered that.